That's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. Whole team counted. That's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your door and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put the numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers. Big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot, ayy. Man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ayy, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ayy, she wanted like me, cause I blame she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken very short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jeffrey Simmons in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Move! Hey, let go! Number 16's coming. Check Mike. Check Mike. Here we go.
To throw here, Dalton.
That's Jalen. I gotta get away from him.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
There's the first NFL grab for Andy Isabella. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken short.
Come on now, let's go!
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you.
Now it's Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Todd Gurley, 73 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Now it's Haskins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Kick return right back. God,
there he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown Falcons. A 93-yard kickoff return as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And an alley to Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. The 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as his guys are able to regain the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up,
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets. But oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Tight end left, tight end left. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down, 3 down.
There's the first NFL catch for South Carolina's Deebo Samuel. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Hey, go 368. 16, Mike, 16. Hey, keep
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial out? Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. The Vikings winning 19 of those games, but Maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Haskins. Try to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Fitzgerald's got it right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Haskins to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Gurley. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Check three. Here you go, can. Regular. Hey, Corbin.
Now Dalton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sammy Watkins, 26 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Caught on the left side. Fitzgerald. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Haskins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. First down, a run with Cohen.
Undercut. Check.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
He's coming.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to air one out. Oh, that was dangerous.
Bitch, give me
Thrown
my
into
pick.
coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Haskins steps away to his, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And he's going to go down again. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Slam, slam, slam. Hey, 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 hey. Fight it. Hey, eat. Strip the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively, you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Watch twist. Play it.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
I'm coming after you.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane, the rookie from Michigan State. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? Hey, what you got, Heavy? Give me.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Going up top. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll get 34 yards there. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Sponge. No. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Haskins will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Good shit.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Tackle for loss.
Interesting. He told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to. But the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Haskins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Banjo, 57.
To throw on third down. Haskins. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And he's got Fitzgerald. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. On first down, it's
that was terrible.
Haskins.
Good defense. Good offense. Terrible defense.
Touchdown, Falcons. Andy Isabella making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken short. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Check. Motion. Reset.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Smith catches left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throw left side complete. It's Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On first down, it's Gurley. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Another carry now for Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it third down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here you go, Cam. Check back 16. Come to my world.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Gurley. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on, oh. Hey, check 24, check 24. Watch the edge.
Again they run with Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. No. Off.
Now Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Check 24. Check 24. Hey. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Benjamin Watson taking it in. Yeah, the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1.
Come on now. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own.
And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit quicker than if you're a quarterback. Too many things still going through his mind. And on that play, the rookie defender won the battle.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know he ain't got it. Check 37. Check 37.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Ready? Get the ball.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Let's get it.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
I got one. Number 16's coming. Check Mike. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Josh Hawkins with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
All day, every day, any day. Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 368. Just like that.
Dalton right back on the horse after the pick 6. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Regular. Hey, keep it. Hey, zoom. Hey. Check Mike. Good. Watch the twist. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, check Mike 16. Turn up.
Big spot. Andy Dalton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. They have gone to the fourth quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. You saw
I blew this
at the
game.
bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their second on the young season. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Haskins to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
I got it. Check three.
They go play action now. Haskins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. C.J. Mosley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, how about that? Rattled by a big play on the previous snap, they bounce back, and that's exactly what they needed defensively, getting a big play of their own.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go again.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They try again with Cohen.
Holding.
He's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the first guard selected in the draft back in April, Chris Lindstrom from BC.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Again, it's Cohen. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Come on, fellas.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot.
We're 8 seconds left in the game. Fuck, man. Gave him that goddamn game, too.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So from 2nd and 10, it'll now go to 2nd and 15. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Falcons, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.